Our team members' names are Pratap, myself, Shashi, Bhavik, Bhaumik, Shailesh, Ajay, Devin, and Pawan. Our topic is making your modern workplace seamless for a globally dispersed workforce. As we are talking about globally dispersed workforce, that is the context. What observations we had listed and what challenges we feel that our teams might be facing, workforce might be facing. Number one, because it's a globally dispersed, compliance and regulatory requirements are different in different countries. So the corresponding challenge we have written about the observation is managing the dispersed workforce, and also the complex IT architecture becomes one of the biggest challenge because of the compliance and regulatory requirements. Second is time zones are different. So obviously as soon as the time zones are different, there is a demand of 24/7 availability because somebody or other will be working in some time zones. There are collaboration related challenges, people availability related challenges. So decision making sometimes can get delayed, projects can get delayed because of the people are sleeping in other parts of the country which are required to be collaborating on that particular projects. So these are some of the challenges because of these time zones are different. And the third observation is culture, language is also different in different countries. So which obviously puts the list of challenges to have a different HR policies in different, for different workforce in different countries, causing again a complexity in the HR systems, the kind of demands which, how do we measure the productivity metrics, how do we compare people across the countries, and so on. So these are some of the challenges we are listed with.
My team members are Tejas, Kaushik, Vishnu, Vivek, Pramod, and myself, Arvind. The topic is making frontline workforce more effective through your modern workplace. So our top observations are, as somebody said, that we are into a modern world where people like playing with apps and working on mobile. So we build new applications, but find challenges using integrating or going away from legacy setup. So both have to coexist. That's a bigger challenge. Second observation is how efficiently people can collaborate. Efficient collaboration among frontline workforce is missing. Third is lack of on-time and right information flow. So we have a lot of data, but right information has to flow to frontline workforce. That's the third observation. The top challenges are how new applications will coexist with the legacy application. That's a big question. We want to build new applications. We want to keep applications on-premise as well as move to cloud. So how these things can coexist. Second is, since we have frontline workforce that is distributed across geography, they have different culture, skill sets, language issues are there. So how to impart training, better training to them, how bring knowledge sharing among the frontline workforce, that's a challenge. Third is how meaningful information can be made available timely, on the go, to drive data-driven actions to bring more efficiency and productivity in workforce.
My team members are Shankar, Madan, Dilip, Prashant, Tushar, and myself, Mariar. Our topic is securing the modern workforce. So top 3 to 5 observations which are critical in this security framework is more and more people are using mobile, and your work environment is becoming a flexi sort of environment. So there's no distance between a mobile workplace and a flexi timing, which is very, very critical to our way of working. Number 2 is the work-home distance is dissolved. And I think personal and office, there is no demarcation of how we work. So that's a critical information. Data monetization is another observation. Cloud security, next arena of securing cloud infrastructure and what are the challenges towards it. how do I ensure that my stakeholder and customer financials and critical information is safe? So these are some of the observations, and the top challenges are guiding principles, IT policies, which are best fit for your industry, your governance and risk framework, how the data is scattered within your organization, how you are collecting, and what do you do with that data for monetization is going to be one of the important challenges. How does one secure cloud architecture? How does one secure information leakage and customer data protection? So these are some of the challenges which we see as in terms of security.
My team members for giving me the opportunity, and the team members are Mr. Ashok, Mr. Madhav, Kirti Nandan, myself, Pramod, and Rajgopal Nayak. Our topic was integrating the extended workforce into your modern workplace. Now, when we talk about the integration, some of the key observations which we have identified is, of course, as the workforce is getting extended beyond the boundaries of the organization, information becomes the currency. Information has been a very, very important thing, and so we find that information is a currency. The way the technology is changing today's work in the current scenario is also becoming one of the observations. And one of the key observations, of course it is on the third number, but I would say that is the most important, is the design thinking. In the current scenario, where there is a lot many workforce as it comes with the millennial workforce as we talk about, and with the changing technologies, the design aspect of the technology and the solutions provided becomes one of the key observation. Some of the top challenges which we have identified are, of course, the initiative or the new technologies to collaborate. Until unless we are able to take care of those challenges, how we can collaborate with the extended workforce, the success of the organization would be in doubt. Second is, of course, the security in terms of, and how we can manage the expectations and aspirations of these new workforce, which is getting added every passing day. And how in these new adding workforce, how we can ensure that the data and information remains secure. Third, and of course, it is the paramount for everyone that we work for, is of course the cost. When we want to secure, we want to provide the information, we want to provide all the facilities to the customers and to business partners. Are we ready to invest, and at what is the level of investment we are going to have it?
My team members are Siddharth, Bhuvnesh, Amrut, Ajay, Subramaniam, Neil, and myself, Mukesh. So very interesting topic. It was about beyond individual productivity, making the whole better than the sum of the parts. That was our topic. Some of the challenges we have listed have already been covered, but I'll try to keep it relevant for the discussion. So one of the key observations was, while the social media have gone way ahead, we talk about Facebook, we talk about WhatsApp and all, but the enterprise collaboration have not been in the same lines, integrating all the application for remote teams. So for example, there are team members who are working from home, there are team members who are working from different locations, there might be different languages they are using. Can we still collaborate? My experience has been, and also people on the table, we had experience where people are writing a document in French or Chinese, and how do we work with the English speaking people? How do we integrate those? Knowledge sharing in both the parts. One is the knowledge which is in the documents, how do we make it easier to share and so on. A document could have been modified 10 times by 10 different people. Okay. How do we find out who have written what part of the document and what date and time? The second part was the presence. Who is present at what time? While we in India, it's given that we will be available in the evenings also, in the nights also, early mornings also, because we work with the global teams. My experience working with Australia, they don't pick up the phone even after 5 p.m. Right? But we do even at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we are on the call from home. So how do we really understand whether the person is which part of the geography and can the person do it or not? Well, we want to keep it open and accessible for people to download document and use it. But then what if it's been shared on a pen drive or on a personal email and all, and goes out of the company, and that can be probably used by a competitor? That is another challenge we have seen. And of course, seamless technology use, including the compatibility challenge and all those things. We have so many tools, so many formats. A lot of formats come into PowerPoint. Some of them comes into Excel, Word, Adobe Acrobat and all those things. Now, how do we make sure it is seamlessly understood or accessed by each other?